Hey, my friend. So, do you sometimes just ask yourself, what does rapport building mean? What does it even mean to build rapport with somebody? Maybe you have an idea, maybe you know, but you've been struggling with that online and you still hear people talk about how maybe you're not doing it right or something. So, we're going to talk about building rapport and what does it really mean and how to do it in a minute. But first, this. My name is Jean-Serge Gagnon and I help attraction marketers like you generate residual income from digital course strategies. All right, so building rapport, for me, actually, before we get into that, let me just say where I'm at right now. I'm actually at my new apartment building on the top, on the rooftop. Montreal, as you can see in the background, you can see I got the sun right there in my face, so I'm not really seeing any comments or anything, but this is the rooftop of my new apartment. I just moved in on the weekend. I'm not fully moved in, but I'm going to be fully moved in next weekend. But I'm up here on the roof, and I thought it would be a cool place to do my live. So back to rapport building. So if you're building a business online, you know exactly what I mean when I talk about how you need to build rapport. You know that you need to be talking to people, you need to be engaging with people. You've heard this before, I'm sure you have. And maybe you're just not doing it because you feel it's not needed, because it's a numbers game. And for me, there's a thing in my head that was like, what exactly does it mean? Because I'm so detailed and technical, and it's kind of like I was kind of like, okay, tell me exactly what it means. Give me examples. And I would listen to other trainers talk about building rapport and how they do it, and it just wouldn't click. I would miss little pieces. I don't know if it's because I'm just dense or whatever, but I know that one thing's for sure is that I'm not the only one that has any kinds of misunderstandings of things or whatever. I don't believe that I'm this unique. I mean, sure, I'm unique if you put all my pieces together, just like you are. But I know there's other people that have the same kinds of struggles or same kinds of questions I do, and that's what this building course income secrets and all that is all about. Is just helping others that have the same kinds of questions, same kinds of problems, right? So I'm going to tell you the journey I went through to understand what building rapport means, and maybe this will help you to clarify it a little bit more for you. So for me, well, first of all, let me even back up to before the online world. For me, I've been building network marketing businesses, MLMs, for a long time. My first MLM was in 1992, I think it was, 92 anyways, the beginning of the 90s. And, it was Amway. Amway's still around. I'm not in it anymore, and they're still a great company. They're still around, but that's not the point. The point is that I started in a company that taught me lots of things, and I became really good at building rapport in person, talking to people at the gas station, the grocery store, whatever. I could actually start a conversation with people and get their number. I actually did an ebook on that, how to get their number. I would get out of 10 conversations, I would get 9 numbers, right? That's totally insane. And I learned that because I was good at building rapport. But then when it went online, I just didn't understand the nuances and how to do it online and what it meant, because for me, talking was natural, whereas typing it in a message just didn't seem the same thing. It wasn't the same, right? So what I did is I started listening to trainings, and I would, like, for example, Aaron Birch or Brian Finale or Ray Higdon or Diane Hockman, these mentors of mine that I totally admire and love and listen to regularly, not to mention Eric Worre and Danny Johnson and Tony Robbins. I mean, all these people know how to do all this, and they teach that. And I was listening to Aaron Birch once talking specifically about rapport building, right? And she was saying that you need to, ask people a question, go look at their profile and see what their profile is all about, ask them a question, and send them that message, and maybe send them a friend request to connect and all that on Facebook, right? And that was basically the start of your conversation. And then building rapport was about, finding things in common and having a conversation, right? But I didn't know what that meant. I mean, yeah, I know what it means, but I didn't know how to do it online. And so I started you know, telling people about how they like horses, you know, oh, that's a great horse, whatever. But I would always forget the little piece that's super important about building rapport, which is telling them about yourself. So here's an example, all right? Here's an example. For example, if you see somebody who's got a profile that they love horses and they've got a horse, and you say something like, oh my God, that's so cool, I love horses too. You know, I see you love horses. How long have you had your horse? That's not enough. You're asking them a question. To build rapport, you gotta also add something of you. You gotta say something in relationship to the question you're asking as part of the question. So for example, oh my God, I love horses too. I see you love horses. How long have you had your horse? My horse, I've had my horse for like 5 years. And you know, I had it or 10 years or whatever it is, right? I've had my horse. I love you know, going out and doing whatever, right? Whatever it is and then that's what building rapport is. That's really that simple. But the thing is, the secret is there's you finding something out about them, and it's really cool on Facebook, on social media, where you can actually see something about them, their pictures, that kind of stuff. Then relating it to you, and then adding a question about that thing by including something about you, that if somebody, say for example, if somebody asks you that question, what would be your answer? That's building rapport. So you're going back and forth, telling them something about you, asking them something about yourself. You're not just asking questions, telling them how awesome you think it is. That's not building rapport. So you got to be asking them, telling them, and then after you've asked a few questions, you know, I'm not going to go into all that, but that's when you can start to ask about your business. You don't want to just blurb out, hey, I've got this great opportunity. Would you like to take a look at it? It's the best thing since sliced bread. You need to get in there. That doesn't work, because 99 out of 100 people are going to just ignore you or say no, right? So that's what building rapport is. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you think anybody needs to hear this message and needs to learn better how to build rapport, of course, don't tell them, hey, I got a video, just watch this. Just go ahead and share this. I'm sure they're going to appreciate it, and I would appreciate it too. So we'll see you in tomorrow's video. Have yourself a great day.